Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's Tyler, aka Ty Killington. Alright, we have a big video here, a lot to cover. I'm going to get right into it. Before we get started, please drop a like, subscribe, share this. This is the 2018 updated version. This is the guide for the Hangar business, alright? I'm going to go over locations. I'm going to go over how to sell with friends, how to sell solo, how to collect and source, and all the numbers and everything that go along with it, okay? You guys are sleeping on the Hangar business. It is actually really good. First and foremost, let's go over locations. All right, go to your phone, go to Maze Bank, go to foreclosures, go to the top right, and just click on Hangars to isolate. You have two different locations. You have LSIA and you have Fort Zancudo. Do not, I repeat, do not buy in Los Santos International Airport. Yes, I know they are cheaper. However, it is a pain in the ass over there. You got so many people over there. It's 1.2 million for the cheapest and 1.5 for the next most expensive and the LSIA location. Your vehicles, if you spawn them, spawn outside the airport. It's trash. Don't get them. Buy one of these three in Fort Zancudo. It is much better over here. You have the cops won't get onto you if you fly over it, and these are much better just for overall use for the Hangar mission. They go between 3.2 million, 2.6 million. It's roughly between 2.5 and 3.2 million for this. They are more expensive, but it is better. Hangar 3499, your plane will spawn right in front of you. Hangar 3497 and A2, they will spawn either in front of you or on the runway. 3499, they will your vehicles, your cars will spawn right in front of you as well. With the other two, the vehicles spawn inside the airbase but off to the side, and you have to run over there and get them. No big deal, but it's just kind of annoying. So, you can upgrade your hangar. You don't need any of this. The only thing you may want to get is the workshop, which costs roughly $1 million. That's like $1.1 million. If you want to modify your airplanes, you have to have a workshop, but nothing else in here you need. You don't need hangar style lighting, floor graphics, office furniture, none of that stuff. You don't even need to have the workshop to start making money, but only if you want to modify your planes. And as soon as you get the hangar, if you have a Hydra or any Pegasus aerial vehicle, you can store it in the hangar, and it is now a personal plane or aerial vehicle, which is really, really nice. Okay, now before we get into this any further, I want to make sure you guys understand this business, the Hangar business, can be successful solo, but it is much better with your friends, okay? This is truly a friend, oriented business, and we'll get into that. But like I said, you can be totally successful doing this solo, all right? Now we're going over some of this stuff right here with the interiors. I'm just kind of showing off a little bit here and showing you what the pricing is for some of them. If you do want to upgrade, the pricing isn't that bad. But like I said, it is not needed whatsoever. It's just to kind of customize it. I would totally worry about that later on once you've made some money. Okay? Like I said, you'll be spending a decent amount getting a hangar at the Fort Zancudo location. So hold off on the rest of the stuff unless you have to have it. Okay, this image contains two different charts. The top one talks about your percent bonus in regard to your stock or how many crates you have for each one of these categories, and you'll find the categories at the top. And the bottom chart tells you how much money you make for each one of these categories at the correlating bonus amount with how much stock you have. Okay, there is different bonus amounts for different amounts of stock, and there's different bonuses for different types of categories. And as you see, the categories go between counterfeit, tobacco, jewelry, art, animal, medical, chemicals, and narcotics. For this guide, we are only focusing on two different groups, one for solo players and one for friends. The first group of solo players, you will focus on jewelry, art, and animals, the animal category for collecting your stock. If you are going with your friends and collecting and sourcing, you will focus on the top category of medical, chemicals, and narcotics. All right? So with jewelry, art, and animal, if a solo player is doing this, you want to collect 10 stock because that'll guarantee one vehicle that you'll have to use for sales. All right? And that will also activate a 12% bonus for the 10 crates you have for those categories, okay? And you want to alternate. There's 3 categories, you want to use 2 of them. That way it skips or it negates your cooldown time. All right, so you'll have 10 with one and 10 with the other. So you have $224,000 between those. And we'll go into the time and how much all that takes, all that stuff in just a moment. If you are selling with friends, all right, you will be focusing on medical, chemical, and narcotics, and you will be alternating between two of them once again to negate the cooldown time. All right, so you're going back and forth, and you'll get to a point where you're at 24 and 24, right, of each one of those categories, or two of them. So at that point, you will collect a few more crates, because that's at 48. You can only have 50. You'll collect 2 more crates as one of those categories, which will put you at 26, which will activate the 35% bonus, which equals roughly 337,000 to 405,000 in that range right there, and you'll sell that. Now you can continue to go back and forth and max out the other category at 50 crates to give you your $850,000. So you're actually going to be making a really good amount of money with your top end, medical, chemical, or narcotics, alternating between two of them to negate the cooldown time with your friends. And once again, we'll go into the times and how much you'll make and the time to money ratio in just a moment, okay? So remember, we're focusing on solo and friends. Solo is jewelry, art, and animal. Friends is medical, chemical, and narcotics, all right? So as you see right here, this is what it looks like on your actual display in the business. The top range will be narcotics, chemical, and supplies from left to right. Your mid-range, or for the solo players, it'll be animal, art and antiques, and jewelry and gemstones, okay? So tobacco and counterfeit goods, I just wouldn't worry about those. Don't focus on those. It's not worth it, okay? And you see the bonus with the art and antiques, at 10 of them I have a 12% bonus. This is the cooldown time right here. So for each category, it has its own set or base amount of time for your cooldown. And for every crate, you will add 1 minute, okay? And the second chart gives you an example of that. Narcotics, if you're doing a solo, it's already 3, and if it's 1 crate, it'll be an extra minute, so it equals 4 minutes. But we'll be alternating between 2 in each one of the categories, and you won't have to worry about your cooldown at all. All right. So this is from Tez from FunMW2. He's talking about how many crates for each amount of sale vehicles. So at 10 crates, if you're solo, that's why I say do the mid range. 10 crates will give you a 12% bonus, and it also practically guarantees 1 vehicle. There are certain missions that will require more vehicles, but they are manageable. And that's a it doesn't happen often. The majority, I'd say 90% of all your sell missions at 10 crates will be 1 vehicle, all right? So, sourcing with friends, all right? I'm going to pick either the narcotics, the chemical, or the medical supplies. I'm going to have at least 4 people with me. That way I can get 4 crates. You can't get any more than that, but you can get less. So if you're doing this with friends, try and have 4 people. That way you'll get 4 crates, okay? And as you see, my total stock is at 10 out of 50. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, and right now with narcotics, I have 9 for narcotics and 1 for my arts and antiques. So I'm going to go for, I want to say it's, I'll end up collecting arts and antiques. So I have 1 with that right there. And I'm going to use my friends, and I'm going to have them help me collect. So look at the time down there, 19 minutes and 40 seconds. All right. You can use the vehicles they provide you. The vehicles they provide you with are decent. However, most people will have a Hydra or an Akula or a Savage or something else that's weaponized a bit better and use that. I'm going to use my Hydra. Look at the time now. It's at 10 minutes and 30 seconds. So with 4 of my friends, I just got 4 crates, right? And say we're doing the top range ones, narcotics or whatever, that give you the most money. In 10 minutes, I just collected 4 crates, okay? 4 pieces of cargo. Now remember, 10 minutes is roughly an average. Some of these missions may take a little bit longer. Some will not take 10 minutes. You better get 4 crates in under 10 minutes. But on an average, with at least 4 of your friends helping you, using this method right here, and just under or just over an hour and a half, you have 40 out of 50 cargo crates filled up in your hangar. And you are making some serious cash. But in just a few hours, you'll have a full warehouse, and you would have sold half of your warehouse and your hangar business. Okay? Now, solo. I'm going to be sourcing out arts and antiques because that's the mid-range right there, okay? That guarantees a 12% bonus at 10 crates with one vehicle. Look at the time, 19 minutes, and it's basically 20 minutes that you get for this, all right? I'm going to use my Hydra. I got the mission. I'm going to check the location of where these targets are to go find my crate. And I'm going to go get to work, all right? We're at 19 minutes, so I spent a minute getting my vehicle and figuring out my route or where I'm going to go. I destroy the ship. It's at 17 minutes right there. I pick up the crates at 16:40. I get back to my hangar right at 14 minutes and I drop off. So we'll say, on average, it's between, we'll say 7 minutes, okay? We'll say 7 minutes solo. Sometimes it'll be less, sometimes it'll be a little bit more. We'll say on average 7 minutes. At 10 crates, well, I will actually have 20 because I'm going back and forth. 20 crates at 7 minutes is 140 minutes. That's 2 hours and 20 minutes. I have $224,000, right? That is a very good ratio solo. It's one of the better ratios time to money wise per business in the game. Now, once again, if you sell at 10 crates, you'll have one vehicle. And even if you get the rare mission that requires multiple vehicles, it is still manageable because it's at the lower crate limit, okay? 306,000 because I sold with my crew members and they weren't all in my organization, so I got a bonus. 300 grand right there, okay? In just a matter of a few hours, and that's solo. That you can do this in a private lobby or whatever. So let's look at some of the actual information. We'll go with locations first. Fort Zancudo. Pick one of the three in Fort Zancudo. You're looking at between 2.5 and 3.5 million in that range, roughly, okay? Selling solo, you want to go back and forth between two of the mid-range, 10 crates each, and that'll give you a 12% bonus. And there's 3 different mid-range categories where you're going to be going back and forth between 2 of them, and those 3 are animal, art, and jewelry. If you're selling with friends, make sure you got 4 people. You'll be going back and forth between one of the 3 top categories. Those 3 top categories are narcotics, chemicals, and medical. This is the kicker. Solo, you'll make $224,000 in roughly 2.5 hours. With friends, you will make $1.3 million in roughly 3 hours. Now you're probably thinking, what? 1.3 million? I thought it only gave you 850,000. Let me explain. Remember, you're going back and forth between 2 different categories, and the goal is to get 50. But at one point, you are going to have to sell 26 crates of one of those 2 categories because you will be at 24 at one and 26 at the other, giving you that 50, right? So once you sell the one, you're actually going to get another 26, which you'll be at roughly 75 crates, right? So 75 crates divided by 4 equals roughly 19 different runs. And we know it takes roughly 10 minutes per run to get 4 crates. That's roughly 190 minutes or 3 hours, roughly 3 hours, okay? Now, I know a lot of you will have questions. There's a lot of information in this video. Please do not hesitate to ask in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them as quickly and as thoroughly as possible. All right? But remember, do not sleep on the hangar business. This is decent money. You can make good money solo. You can make good money with friends. And plus, it's a switch from the typical MC business, bunker, crates, and your import-export. And I understand there will be a percentage of people that just will never do the hangar. They just don't like it. I get it. They're not good at flying or whatever it is. I understand that. But for those who are on the edge or kind of want something different, I'm here to tell you there is hope. The hangar business is not that bad. Okay? It's not the best. It's not the worst. But it is decent money. And with your friends, you can make some serious cash and take turns alternating, all right? Now, this video took a long time to make. Please subscribe to the channel for the illest and realest content in the game. I got you on this, okay? Make sure you smash that like button. Share this video. Get it out there, okay? You guys know what to do. Stay dangerous. See you in the next one. Peace out. Yeah.